As Kareem from the Washington Post. Welcome to DC.
How you doing? How you doing? Thank you.
Good. Just wanted to ask, it's been kind of a whirlwind 2 years for you. What was your reaction kind of when you heard about the trade, and what has it kind of been like for you, just kind of coming off that big season at the end of 2020, and kind of the challenges that you went through last season, and almost getting a little bit of a restart here.
I mean, honestly, man, I've been traded in this league once before, where the owner has came out and told me that I wasn't going to be in the trade. And when the trade went through, I was in the trade, man. So ever since then, I've known in this league that, everybody's kind of expendable in this league. Nobody kind of really, writes where they're, going to go or their own destiny. There's only a couple guys in this league that does that. So I knew that, for a long time now. So it's no surprise to me. As far as not playing or anything, or the crazy ending towards the season, I really don't have any control over that, man. I just went to work and basically just did my job and did what I was asked to do. As opposed to why I wasn't this or that. I don't really have any say on that, man. But it just I feel that I'm healthy. I didn't put any extra miles on my body, and I get to go into a whole new situation with, a group of great guys, and, a group of, guys that's willing to work and get better. And, we got a young group of guys, and we signed some pieces. So, I think we're going to be, a very exciting team to watch, and a team that's going to, shock a lot of people.
And that was going to be my follow-up, a roster that's kind of, had a lot of, got a lot of young guys, kind of been reconstructed during this off season. Just what have been your observations, and how do you envision your fit with this kind of retooled roster?
Honestly, it's going to be a learning process for all of us. We have a new coach, new staff that's still getting into place, guys that new signing, new roles. So, the only person that's really, basically repeat guy who's basically been a staple of this team is Brad. And that's who we're going to look to lead our group. That's who we're going to look to as the leader of our group to, be the head of our snake. And I think he's, shows night in and night out with his work ethic and the things that he does on and off the court, that he's willing to, step into that role. So we're going to lean on him, but at the same time, we're going to also help him because it's going to be a new learning process for everybody. This is, like I said, a whole new coach is not coming into a situation where you have a previous coach from last year. So, guys can kind of tell you how he wants his system. It's brand new.
Cool. Appreciate you. Welcome again.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Chase.
Hey, man, welcome to DC. Chase Hughes, NBC Sports. You've always been known as a high effort guy. Last year you were up at the top of the league and taking charges. Where does that sort of gritty, dirty work mentality come from that has kind of defined your career?
Where I'm at right now, at home in North Carolina, where I'm born and raised, man. This is a tough environment to kind of make it out of. We don't have many people that kind of, make it out of our area and doing really anything. I'm blessed and fortunate to be able to make it out of this area to play a game that I love in basketball. And, we, like I said, it's a small amount of people that have made it out here. Phil Force from down this area, Todd Gurley. But, that's, after it hits that mark, that's pretty much it, man. And, I learned from, a long time, and just seeing my family, struggle through the situations of growing up, day-to-day life struggles, man. I didn't want that for my family for the rest of our life, and I didn't want that for my family. So it's just, being around this area, man, it teach you to, build character, to build, work ethic, to build, the drive and the will to, want to make it out, or to, swallow you whole. And, I just went to work and just did the thing that I love to do. And, like I said, I'm blessed to be able to call it my job.
And you've obviously improved a lot as a player since you came into the league. What's kind of next for you? What do you hope to tap into in terms of your development as a player?
Everything, man. I haven't been an all-star in this league, since I've been here, man. So I feel like I have a lot of untapped talents, man. I haven't, been to NBA finals, man. I haven't, won the NBA championship. It's a lot of things that I want to do as a player, man. So it's a lot of untapped marks that, I still feel that I can reach. Me as a player, I get, look at each season, man. It's not something that I have to talk about doing, man. Each season that I've been in this league, my stats, my work ethic, the things that I do in this game has gradually improved each year, man. And, y'all guys are the one that do is the stats and the analysts, man. You take a look at it for yourself, man. So, it's just a testament to my work ethic. Like I said, it's a testament to where I'm from and being in this area. So, I'm right back to it now, as you can see, back home working, man. So it's just, all I know. So I'm just going to continue to get better at my game. Like I said, I'm blessed to be able to play this game and call it my job. So why not continue to get better at it? Why not continue to grow and, prosper in it? It's something I love doing.
Right.
Hey, man, welcome to DC. Fred Katz from The Athletic.
How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. You guys have three centers who are all good players who will command, rotation minutes in a lot of places. Once Thomas Bryant is obviously healthy with you and TB and Gafford. How do you see that situation working itself out? And what do you imagine practices are going to be like when you have three guys who are all guys you throw into a rotation, are going to contribute?
I mean, honestly, I can't really, give any answer towards that because I'm not on the staff to, control the minutes of, each guy who's going to play where. I can only, talk about me. Like I said, I think there's going to be a group that's, guys are ready to compete, ready to learn, ready to get better. So as far as practices, I think it's going to be, constant battle every day, but it's going to be one in the right direction to pushing the group to get better. As far as, my role, I've only had a chance to talk with Coach a little bit, but he kind of sees me playing the 4 and 5 role. So, like I said, man, I'm just looking to come in here, get better at my game and, do everything I can to help, put this team in position to, not only make the playoff, but shock a whole lot of people. Because, I mean, you can look at any conversation from, anything that's happened throughout this, trade process, and everybody feels like, we're already, out of the conversation. So.
And you've always been a really kind of devastating pick and roll player. And you and Lou Williams were great together and all that. What do you feel like, or how do you feel like that will work with Beal and Dinwiddie, and what do you like about those guys as pick and roll partners?
I mean, honestly, man, I feel like I'm a good pick and roll player with anybody, man, because when you got high caliber guys that I have been in pick and rolls with, man, they make your job a lot easier. I've been in pick and rolls with James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Lou Williams, and it's multiple different ways people want picks done. There's multiple different ways. There are multiple different scorers. So I've been in with, I've been pick and roll LeBron James. I've been with some of the game's best, man, and all of them are different type of players. So, I feel like it's not really more so a hard thing for me, man. It's just really understanding what these guys are looking for once they'll come off the pick and roll. And, if I do a great job of getting those guys open consistently, then, obviously the coverage is going to have to change. And then that's when I start to reap the reward. But, the main mind focus, the mindset and goal, once you run inside the pick and roll, is to get the guy with the ball open. So, once you do that, 9 times out of 10, it's a lot easier for you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Neil.
Hey, Montrez. Neil, the Law Hoop District. Welcome to DC.
How you doing? Thank you.
Entering your, 8th season in the league, what are some of the advice you might give the younger centers on this team, Daniel Gafford and Thomas Bryant, to help their careers and their trajectories?
I mean, honestly, just continue to keep working, continue to keep grinding, getting better, and, enjoy every process. I mean, everybody's process is going to be different. I think that's probably one of the main things I'll probably say to any, young player in this league, man, is just, enjoy the process and try to be a sponge and learn as much as you can. But everybody's process is going to be a different one. As far as any other encouraging roles, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to have to show it, honestly, brother, because I'm in that same position where I'm still out here competing for my job as well, man. So, but as far as like being a vet, I don't really see myself as a vet. I mean, years-wise in this game, it kind of says it, but I feel like I'm still just I'm 27. I'm just as young as these guys, man. So I can't really be too much of a vet overall. Is how I look at it.
Yeah, fair enough. In terms of, there's a lot of new pieces coming together for this team. You guys will, I'm sure, get together, before training camp as that ramps up. What do you see as the most important part of creating a good team dynamic early in the season?
Making sure that we're, tied together as a group. I think that's going to be the most main focus point that we are going to need early on, because like I said, it's not going to be just a learning process for the, guys on the floor. It's a learning process for the coaches as well, man, because we're, coming together as a whole new group, everybody really. So it's definitely going to be a learning process for everybody. So, overall in the organization, guys on the floor, coaching staff in general, we're just going to have to do it together, really.
Appreciate it. Welcome again.
Thank you.
Matt.
Hey, Trez. Just curious, you had an opportunity to kind of pick your next destination if you would have opted out. So I guess just why did you opt into your contract? Because then you were traded. Was it just the salary, or were there other factors as well?
If you want to talk about that, brother, you can reach out to my agent, Rich Parr. If you want to talk about something as far as this, basketball or what I'm planning on doing for the Wizards, we've talked that. But as far as my contract, brother, I got an agent, Rich Parr. I'm pretty sure you know who he is. You can reach out to him, and we can furthermore discuss that.
Sure. I don't know if he would return my calls, but appreciate it. But no, it's all good. I did have what did you kind of learn last year being in that three-man rotation, the center rotation with Marc Gasol and a few others? Just what did you kind of learn from being in that situation?
Honestly, just how to be a great teammate, man. I feel like earlier in my earlier years when I, would have got down in that position, I would have been upset. I would have been kind of trying to figure, out who I can, curse out to figure out why I wasn't on the floor, man. But I figured out how to be a great teammate and basically just really, cheer on the guys that's who are on the floor, man. Because at the end of the day, we all reap those rewards, man. I'm a competitive player. I think anybody in this game, in this nature, who plays this game or picks up basketball, wants to be out there on the floor, wants to be able to be a part to, help the team to get the W. But sometimes, those matchups or sometimes, the night is just not your night, man. So honestly, man, it was just about locking in like I was doing, man. I cheered my teammates on. I consistently stayed ready. I went out and did my work. How I would do as if I was getting prepared to play a game, really, man. But really, it was just making sure I stayed locked in. I think it was basically, a mental thing. It was one of the things that you really had to improve on. I don't really think it's anything physical, but it's definitely one of those mental things when, going from doing one thing and now, you're, just sitting there and you're watching. Really.
Just following up on that real quick, sorry. Is there something that clicked for you in your career that made you okay mentally or made you mentally strong enough to handle that situation?
I've been around veteran players, man, who've been in this role, man. I'm best friends with Lou Williams, and this guy has two shocking things in this league. I don't think he ever had a contract over $10 million, and he hasn't started for a team in this NBA. But he's won the Sixth Man of the Year award, 4 times, and that just goes to show you can go on this team, and he could have been started for a lot of different players, a lot of different teams. He could have went and, wrote his own ticket to a lot of different places, man. But it's all about, like I said, the process. Everybody's process is different, man. So just being around somebody like that early on in my career and just, blessed to be able to be, call myself a legitimate friends with him, man. You can't ask for nothing better. So I had a great vet in him that, taught me early on, that this game is going to have a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but just don't never let it get you too low.
Thank you.
Quentin.
Welcome to DC, Trez.
How you doing? Thank you, bro.
I'm doing good. I got a couple questions for you. Number one, I've heard some stories about you in practice and just like how intense you are day in and day out, just kind of bringing that mentality to the practice arena. What do you demand out of yourself when it comes to you to practice for the games? And also, what do you demand out of your teammates? Because when I look at you, you say you're not a vet, but you have been in the league for a pretty long time producing. And I look at you beside guys like Brewer and the younger guys who can look at you for their dog mentality and just to be more physical. What do you demand out of yourself and also teammates when you do practice?
Honestly, I look at it really just like a game, man. I compete and, go at it just as hard as I would do if I was on the court, really, man, because you practice how you play, brother. You can't go out here and start to, drag it or, be like, my fault.
You're good.
Hey, coach. I'm in my manager spot. But honestly, man, I really just going to every situation, man, looking at trying not to let nobody outwork me. Really, I mean that's kind of what I built myself on in this league. Kind of what I kind of call my staple in this league. Just not really being outworked. I mean, so if I could really just try to pass that along, and those young guys kind of see that I'm doing that, even year 8 in, man, I think they're going to gravitate to it, man. I think they're going to see the will and want to play harder, want to be able to work out harder, want to be able to stay in the gym and just be able to get out there. And once you have a whole team of people that's doing that, I mean, even though we're going to make mistakes, because at the end of the day we're still learning as a new group, that's those mistakes are going to be overshadowed by the hard work and determination and all the effort that we put in behind it, really.
And just following you and just anyone who follows basketball has seen that you've been on tour this summer, just playing basketball all over the freaking country at this point. When most players or some players shy away from summer basketball, you continue to go and push yourself and compete all over these different places. How important is it for you to continue to just stay on the floor and just improve your game? And also the dribble package has improved. The shooting looks like it's improving as well. Just kind of talk about your off-season focuses in the gym.
Me, honestly, I use those games as a dress rehearsal for everything that I've been doing throughout the week with my trainer, man. So all the ball handling, all the shooting drills that we're doing without, nobody physically basically being there consistently over or in an in-game setting. Now those are, being carried over to an in-game setting. And for me, man, we're blessed to be able to play this game. We're blessed to be able to be athletes every day and wake up and, this is our job, being able to go out here, lace our shoes up, play basketball. So, the way I look at it, man, I try to stay around as much as I can, man. As far as vacation and stuff like that, man, I'll do that later on down the line, man. Once, I we have to stop bouncing the basketball, man. And that's all the days that we as athletes never look forward to, So, but me, now I'm looking at it in a different mindset, because now, those days I can't have look forward to, because I never took a vacation. I never, took a day off really, man. So, I mean, in this game, man, you can have, a quick short span, man, that you can try to stretch it as long as you can, man. I'm trying to be one of those players that, I hit my 17th, 18th season, man, and I'm still, top shape, and, tip, as far as athlete wise, performance shape, man, because, it's going to keep changing. It's going to keep, getting younger. There's a lot of different guys that's coming out at different stages, man, but I still want to be, like I said, when it comes, those conversations and it comes to those talks, I'm still here, year 17, 18, 19.
Appreciate you, Trez. Once again, welcome to DC.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Chase.
Yeah, Trez, you mentioned where you grew up. You're a lot closer than you've ever been to where you grew up. And I know you went to high school in Virginia briefly. It's still a bit of a drive, but what's it like being closer, and what do you expect to come from that?
Man, to be honest, man, it's not a drive at all, man. When I came up to DC, my brother actually came down after I did my physical and everything. And then we actually hit the road and came back to North Carolina, man. So it's like a little 3-hour spurt, man. So it's the district really about to be real heavy with my family. I never really been this close as far as playing wise in the city. Closest I can kind of say it's Houston, but like I said, it's still not even closer. So this is the closest I've ever been. I know my family is definitely about to be in there real heavy as far as like home games. I'm back on this, time side as far as the East Coast, so I get to be tied in more with my kids. My kids live in Atlanta, so man, I mean, it works out. It works out a lot, man, and I just can't wait to get ready to take a journey on the process and get ready to enjoy each day, really.
Troy.
What up, Trez? Welcome to Chocolate City. Chase kind of stepped in on the question that I was asking, but how do you feel about somebody being a real North Carolina representative playing in DC? And I know you have to know about the connection between the Carolinas and DC and what it means to play in the city where not only are you representing the people, but the people also, when they walk around every day, they represent you. How does that make you feel as an NBA player?
I mean, really, it kind of is that homegrown feeling, man. I'm from down south, being out here from North Carolina, man. So, like I said, with this being that little quick stretch up the road, I definitely think it's gonna, really basically play into the fact of, basically just how I am as a person, man. I'm really big on family loyalty, and, just hard work and dedication, man. I just feel like that's definitely something that whole DC area represents, man. That whole district area is kind of built on just that whole, grit and determination, hard working, and, just overcoming all the obstacles that, is faced in front of.
All right, and then Trez, I got to follow up with this. Can you expand on your knowledge about go-go music? Just anything that you got for us?
I know a little bit of it, man. I'm a big Wale fan. I'm a big music fan in general, man. So I definitely heard a lot of Wale mixtapes early on when he was on that go-go stage. But I'm not really a huge fanatic on it, like knowing it, saying I can pinpoint what sounds good with it. But I've heard a little bit of it, man. Like I said, I'm a Wale fan, so Wale was definitely one that introduced that, whole go-go to the rap side. So I'm gonna have to get a lot more hip to it, though. I see.
I mean, they'll have to get you out to some of the games at the arena where they play the Capital City Go-Go. But hey, welcome again to Chocolate City, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
Take the last question from Christos.
Hello, Montrezl. Christos Sellers from Greece. Hope you're doing well.
How you doing? Thank you.
How you vision your partnership with Bradley Beal on the floor this season, and what result will make you satisfied at the end?
Honestly, I feel like Brad is a guy that can score at multiple different levels, man. Once the trade went through it, I seen where I was going, man. I instantly reached out to him probably a day or so after, and instantly started talking about, the way that he likes the play, what he, feels is his best way to get him open, man. Just asking him little questions to pick his brain, man, because like I said early on in the press conference, man, he's going to be the head of our snake. He's going to be the guy that we look to as our leadership. He's been a staple in this DC organization for a while, man. So we're definitely going to look to him as being the head of, basically just continuing to be the head of the snake. He's been, multiple years for DC, really. So, like I said, just picking his brain, man, just kind of understanding how he kind of, looks to score and wants things as far as like screening and, what he feels his sweet spots on the floor is. But I don't really feel like it's going to be hard because Brad is just, is a bucket, man. This guy has put up 50, 60 plus nights, man. And it's been only him, man. So like I said, I don't think it's going to be tough with a guy like that.
And from your perspective, how good will going to be the Wizards this season?
Hey, brother, I don't like to predetermine anything. I don't even predetermine, stats or anything for myself, man. I feel like, we're going to be as good as we, work to be, really, man. As good as we going to the gym each day and with our mindset each day coming in, that's what's going to be our, ceiling as to how good we could be, brother. Like I said, it's going to be a learning process for everybody. Everybody's going to have to, take it one day at a time, but like I said, we all come in with that right mindset to, want to get better, look to get better, and, work to get better. It can only, be that end result, really. So we're going to be as good as we look to be, really. So one day at a time, man, and we'll see how it goes as a team.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Montrezl.